Hi guys, to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes, and we are doing another meal that's going to be ready in 60 minutes. Today we're making za'atar roast chicken with winter vegetables. We're also going to serve this with a nice bean salad, but I'm going to give you options when it comes to the salad. We're going to make a delicious yogurt sauce, and it is all going to come together, like I said, in an hour. The perfect meal for your family dinner. This is good for any busy weeknight. It's also really nice if you're entertaining and you want to feed your friends something special. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be using chicken breast, and we have some Texas-sized, ginormous chicken breasts here. Use whatever you have. You can use boneless, skinless chicken thigh meat. You can use chicken thighs with the bone in and the skin on. They stay really juicy. Leg quarters are also really good. You could even use a whole chicken that's been cut up. Anything that you have is what you should use, and whatever you love, that's what you should use. That is my trick. That is my rule, actually, every time I'm cooking. We're going to make the marinade first, and you can actually marinate the chicken the night before, and that's going to just really intensify the flavor. It's going to permeate through the chicken and just be super delicious. And this is a very simple marinade. It starts off with lemons. You need about 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can put as much or as little as you want, as always. These are juicy lemons. I don't even need a citrus juicer. We're going to need some olive oil, about 1/4 cup or so. You can put a little bit of extra olive oil if you're using chicken breast because there's no fat on them. And then I'm going to add some salt to this and a teaspoon of cumin and lots of ands, some crushed red pepper flakes for heat. If you don't like it with that little kick of spice, you can just leave it out. We're also going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of sumac. Sumac is a delicious Middle Eastern spice that's a little bit tangy. It's so good. You can find it in Middle Eastern grocery stores or online. It's called sumac, S-U-M-A-C. I'll put a link on the blog post where you can get it online if you can't find it, locally. So you just want to mix everything all together. And since this chicken breast is so big, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut through it a little bit. I'm going to make these little slits in it. Also make some diagonal ones. That way the marinade can go all the way through. And now I'm just going to pour the marinade on top. The last and final ingredient is going to be some za'atar seasoning. That's just a combination of spices. They're Middle Eastern spices. And I have no choice now but to buy my za'atar from the Middle Eastern grocery store. But if you have a friend that's Lebanese or Palestinian, they will know where to get the best quality, best tasting za'atar. So make sure that you ask them. Otherwise, you can go and get some from the store. I'll also put a recipe for some homemade za'atar on the blog post, so you can check that out. So we need 3 tablespoons of this seasoning. There's 2. I'll put the last tablespoon on the back, and then we're just going to mix it all together. It's basically a combination of thyme and some sesame seeds. There's oregano in this. It just has a lot of flavor. And now we're just going to set it aside so we can get the veggies ready. So here we have a butternut squash. It's the season for butternut squash, so they're very easy to find. You just want to very carefully peel the skin. So now we're going to cut one of the ends off so that way we have a sturdy little area where we can stand it up on and cut it in half. I should cut the other end off too so it's easy to handle. So you can just scoop the seeds out and set them aside because you can roast these. So then you just want to cut it into strips because we're going to cut this in about 1.5 to 2 inch cubes. Then just go ahead and cut it into cubes. Okay, then go ahead and put them in a baking pan. Now, if you want to cut the step of peeling and doing all of this, they do sell a ready-made cubed butternut squash in pretty much every supermarket at this time of year. So you can just pick up a pack of that, and then you'll save about 10 minutes of prep time. There we go. Next, I'm going to peel a sweet potato. Now, I also really like sweet potatoes this time of year. They're in season. They're delicious. They're filling and comforting and hearty. So you can do 1 sweet potato. You could even do half of a butternut squash and more sweet potatoes if you really like them. Other root vegetables that would go really nice in this are some carrots, parsnips, even beets. Roasted beets are so delicious. So you can just combine whatever your favorite root vegetables are to make this more colorful and add more nutrients to it. And we're going to do the same thing with the sweet potato. We're just going to cube it. And go ahead and add that to the tray. Next, I'm just going to add an onion. And add that to the tray. And this is going to get a really simple seasoning with just some olive oil. You want to get a good amount of olive oil in there so that way it caramelizes and cooks really well. Some salt, black pepper, and I'm just going to throw some crushed red pepper flakes in there for good measure. Mix it all up and then season it lightly again with a little bit more salt, and then it's going to go in the oven. So the oven is preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. These are both going to go in there and they're going to bake for about 45 minutes. The vegetables are going to be ready once they're fork tender and beautifully caramelized. Halfway through, it is a good idea to go in there and just give it a nice mix so that way they cook evenly on all sides. And the chicken is ready once the internal temperature of the thickest part reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. It's best to have a meat thermometer to check that. Now, I'm saying 45 minutes for mine because as you see, these are very big pieces, so they are going to take longer to cook. If you want them to cook quicker, you can definitely cut them into smaller pieces, or you might be using a cut of chicken that is already a little bit thinner than this. Keep an eye on it, check the temperature. Once it's done, you'll know it's done again when the temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to pop these in the oven and get working on our salad. So for a salad, I'm making a very simple chopped veggie salad, and I'm going to add some cannellini beans to it. You can add chickpeas, you can do lentils, you can add whatever favorite beans you have on hand or whatever it is that's ready. And if you don't want to have put beans in there, you can just boil up a cup of couscous and just stir that in there and it's going to be delicious. So I'm starting with an English cucumber that I'm just going to peel. And I'm just going to cut it into little bite-sized pieces. Get it into the big salad bowl. And then I'm going to put some onion in it. You can put as much as you want. If you prefer scallions, scallions would be really nice in this too, instead of the onion, that is. And with onion, I always like to finely chop it. Next, I have some Kalamata olives, and since these have the pit in them, I'm just going to cut around the pit. Just like that, and get them into the bowl. Now put as much or as little as whatever you like in here. If you don't like olives, you can leave them out. You can put some fresh bell peppers in here. You could even do some fresh spinach if you want to finely chop baby spinach. That would be nice too. And now I have some grape tomatoes here. The bigger ones I'm going to cut into 3 pieces, and then the smaller ones I'll cut in half. And then go ahead and get them all into the bowl. And then if you have fresh bell peppers, go ahead and finely chop or thinly slice, whatever you prefer. A fresh bell pepper, I don't have any, but I do love these briny roasted red peppers, so I'll put 1 big one in there. They go really well. These roasted red peppers go really well with beans. Next, I'm going to put a couple teaspoons of capers because these are also really nice and briny, and you bite into them and they burst in your mouth. They taste so good. Then I have a can of cannellini beans. Again, you can use your favorite beans. Now I'm going to drizzle some really good quality olive oil. Of course, I use olive oil that comes from Kriti or Crete, but use whatever good quality olive oil that you can find. Then I have some red wine vinegar here. Put some of that in there. We're going to season with some salt, some dried oregano, I'm also going to add a little bit of dried dill to this. You can put fresh dill or fresh parsley or a combination of parsley, mint, and dill. Those herbs are so good together. I'm going to give everything a nice mix. Salads are colorful, you just want to eat them. So put as many things as you can in there and you're going to eat. First of all, you're going to get a lot of nutrients and it's going to taste delicious. Then, of course, some feta cheese. You can dice it if you want, or you can just crumble it and make it rustic like I am. Let me just give it a taste, make sure everything is good. Doesn't need anything else. Vinegar is a secret ingredient in here that really brings all of the flavors together. It goes so good with beans. So go a little bit heavy on the vinegar. If you don't like vinegar, you can substitute mustard. Mustard would be good in this too. So we give you options around here. Now I'm gonna clean the area up and we're gonna go on to making our creamy sauce. All right, so we're gonna make a little yogurt sauce that's gonna get flavored with tahini because since there's already sesame seed in the za'atar spice, the tahini is really gonna bring it out and accent it. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of tahini. Instead of doing this yogurt sauce, you can make straight up tahini sauce too, and I do have a recipe on that on the channel. So I'm also gonna grate a clove of garlic. And we're gonna get the juice of half of a lemon and just mix it all together. If you love tahini, you can put a little bit more in here. This is a matter of preference, but I like for there to be a hint of tahini in there and not for it to be too overpowering, but it's up to you. I took out a little whisk as if I was gonna use it, but the spoon did the trick. I don't like to dirty extra things and have more things to wash. Then I have some Greek yogurt here, but you could use plain yogurt. And I'm going to put about a cup or a cup and a half of yogurt. If you want it even more rich, add a tablespoon or two of sour cream to this, and it's going to be delicious. Next, I'm going to season with a little bit of salt and just mix everything together. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to this to thin it out. If you like your yogurt sauce to be really thick and creamy, then you can just skip that step. Time to give it a little taste. The tahini makes it a little nutty, and it's so good, but it does need a little more salt. Using the clean spoon, not the one that I just tasted with. Give it another mix. And the last touch that's going to go on this is some sumac, just to add a little more tanginess to it and some beautiful color. And you can definitely mix it in. And that's it. We have the sauce ready, we have the salad ready. All that we're waiting for is the chicken and the veggies, and as soon as they come out of the oven, we're gonna put it all together. So the meal is ready, and it was all done in under an hour. The thing that took the longest to cook actually was the butternut squash, the roasted butternut squash with the onions and the, what was it? The sweet potato. It took about 55 minutes, and then the final 5 minutes, I just ran it under the broiler because I wanted it to get a little bit of color on top. If you put it in a bigger pan, it's gonna caramelize a little bit better, but it looks and smells delicious. The chicken was done in actually 40 minutes. I did keep an eye on it. I kept checking the temperature, and as soon as it reached 165 degrees Fahrenheit, I took it out, put everything in a plate, and it's time to dig in. So I think I'll have a piece of butternut squash first. It's perfectly cooked, slightly sweet, perfectly salted. If you want a tiny bit more flavor, once it comes out of the oven, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top and you're gonna be in heaven. Let's taste the chicken. So when the chicken came out of the oven, what I did was I let it cool for about 5-10 minutes. You wanna leave it alone for a little bit so that way the juices stay in the chicken and they don't run out. And then a good thing to do is to slice it, thinly slice it and put it back in the pan because the chicken will have released juices and that's gonna flavor it even more. So it's gonna make it so delicious, especially if you store it in the fridge, if you have leftovers and you put it in the fridge, you could just take it out in the morning and put it in a sandwich or place it over salad, especially if you have any leftover bean salad. Let's taste the chicken, and I always like to dip the chicken in the sauce. Warm, flavorful, delicious, and juicy. Now it's time for the salad. That is delicious. And to be honest, this salad on its own is a delicious meal. The beans in there give you lots of protein and fiber. There's so many veggies in there, so you get lots of nutrition. Combine everything together and you'll have a meal ready in under 60 minutes. The family's gonna love you a little bit more because you're giving them a homemade meal that's made with love. Get the recipe on dimitrasdishes.com to print everything out. If you want the exact measurements and don't want to print it out, you can get them underneath this video in the description box. Let me know what else you want to learn how to make next. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.